The U.S. has reassured South Korea that it will fulfill its role in mediating the Seoul-Tokyo trade dispute. It says it is well aware of the negative impact Japan's export curbs will have not only on the U.S. economy, but also on the global economy. Our Kim Da-mi has the details.
U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross says the U.S. is willing to play a mediating role in South Korea's trade dispute with Japan. This is according to Seoul's Trade Minister Yoo Myung-hee. This came after Yoo met with her U.S. counterpart for an hour at the U.S. Department of Commerce on Thursday.
U.S. Commerce Secretary recognized the negative effects of the unfair export control measures on U.S. industry as well as the global economy and mentioned it would do its necessary role.
Speaking to reporters in Washington, D.C., she also emphasized that the U.S. representative seemed well aware of how Japan's export restrictions could harm American industries, including the smartphone and semiconductor sectors. As to what kind of the role the U.S. will play, Yoo only noted that the U.S. is well aware of its role in the Seoul-Tokyo trade dispute. However, Washington has given off mixed signals on whether or not it might get actively involved in the issue. Early on Thursday, a parliamentary delegation from South Korea also met with Senator Tom Cotton and Representative Ted Yoho, among others, in a bid to resolve the Seoul-Tokyo trade spat. Speaking after those talks, Jung Se-gyun, who's leading Seoul's delegation, said the U.S. generally understands Seoul's position and that Japan's move goes against free trade principles, but it's difficult for them to get directly involved. Some of the delegation also met with Mark Napper, the State Department's Deputy Assistant Secretary for Korea and Japan, who echoed those remarks. Napper reportedly said the trade tensions will likely have an impact on their trilateral security cooperation, but the U.S. isn't in a situation to come up with a concrete response. On Friday, the South Korean delegation will attend a biannual meeting with U.S. and Japanese lawmakers. Kim Da-mi, Arirang News.